Hello everybody out there. How are we doing today? This is video number 3, and this is a video that is going to explain corporate fiction and the lie that is you. At the same time, that is you. There is two yous since the day you were born. There's the physical, flesh and blood, living man, you. The living soil of this earth, living soil, has a voice. The living man is the voice of the soul, living soil. When you are born, your port of entry into this world is the hospital. The doctor is the legalese, the witness of the manufacturing point of origin. How and when and where you came into the world. That is your birth certificate. Your parents are asked, what do we name this corporation? They don't tell you corporation, of course. So parents supply a name, and the government proceeds to build a corporate fiction based on that name. The all capital letters U. Everything you get in the mail, address, phone numbers, your landlord, all these contracts that you're under, they're under the all capital letters U, not the natural living man, not the living flesh and blood man. No. You do not sign all capital letters when you sign anything, do you? No. You acknowledge yourself as the living man. Our first letter cap, lowercase. That is the living man. They have created this corporate fiction so that they can physically attach it. The government can physically attach itself into the physical world, from the non-physical to the physical. You ask them for permission to travel when it's a constitutional right to use the public highways and byways. It says in the 1789 Constitution that at that point they were using horse and buggy. But it mentions alternative means of transportation. That is talking about cars, people. You have a constitutional right to use a fucking car. You don't need a license to go anywhere. You don't need a government's permission to ask for shit. They don't own the natural living man. You are a king. It's time to start fucking acting like one, boys. It's time to start acting like one. You stand up for these rights under the universal law that is the universe. As a man, you have the right to defend yourself. As a man, you have the right to forge, travel, and pursue whatever tickles your fucking butthole. I don't fucking know. Doesn't really matter to me. You have the right to pursuit of happiness. And the government is fucking impeding on it. You have to ask for permission to work. You have to ask permission to buy a house. You have to ask for permission to get a job. You have to ask permission to buy a car. You got to pay taxes on the shit you buy. And you got to pay annual duty on your home. And if you don't pay that annual duty, I'll take your home. So do you ever really own anything in this whole fucking world? And they come and take it anytime they want to. You say, this don't apply to me. Not yet. Right now it's just the disabled veterans that are a little crazy and then the medically ill. And then now, of course, is the domestic violence people and the people who can't handle their money. They're too stupid to use a gun. So I can see people having a hard time spending money, you know. But it's a pretty human instinct to defend yourself if you're being fucking attacked. So I'd say it takes a little bit of a different amount of intelligence to determine. This is us being attacked by our own government to strip us of our firearms. In 1933, our country filed bankruptcy, and President Roosevelt, ordered the people to turn over all their gold. And we were to be compensated for that gold, dollar for dollar, for currency. And this fucking thing has been abused. A dollar today is not the dollar of yesterday. It is not valued the same. And you, the people, are supposed to be getting paid in gold and silver, not fiat currency that has no fucking value. The more you work, the more they take. That's because your fucking money has no value, because you're not being paid in gold and silver. You are not a sovereign person. You are a debt slave. You are signed over as collateral to the World Banks and the fucking Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, all these fucks. You're collateral. Get out from under it. Take back ownership of your corporate fiction. Make the courts acknowledge you as a flesh and blood living man. And you do this very simply. You go to the city where you were born and you apply for a name change. And in this name change form, you're going to have a form, there's a line where they ask what your name is. You put in the all capital letters U. This is representing the corporate fiction that they made up for you. And ask, what would you like to change the name to? And you leave it at divine. All caps, divine. This is acknowledging the connection between you and the Creator. Saying you and the Creator are one. You take your thumbprints and you sign. Do not sign physically. Sign with the thumbprints that God gave you. The living man. Sign it. And then on another piece of paper, you attach to your original birth certificate with this name change request, you declare that your parents subjugated you and sold you into slavery. This was not done without your consent. You had no fucking idea. You couldn't even talk or walk yet. You weren't even a legal age to make this decision for yourself. So this contract is null and void. And you are taking ownership of the corporate you. And because of when you do this, all your debts become public debts, not private. So therefore, they are the government's debts. And they have to pay all your fucking bills. Child support, utilities, medical, what the fuck ever it is, they got to pay for it. That was the deal they signed with the UN in 1933. Grab your corporate fiction, people, and make these fuckers pay your bills. Let's do it.